everyone. Happy midweek energy update. I hope all are doing good. We're going to jump into our reading and see what messages our guides have for us. Before I jumped on here, while I was meditating, I got a message for us in the collective that I think there is room for everyone at the table. That's what they said. So a message about being inclusive, and we'll see what other messages pop out. These are our mermaid and dolphin guides. We'll see what energy they have and they want to share with us. If you're new here and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Okay, here we go. Some of you I hear have been getting a lot of, I see some of you getting signs in the form of like symbols, and you've noticed a lot of symbols and stuff like that. Take note of those. Those are definitely messages from your guides. So take note of it, and then, even look up what they mean perhaps, or think about the symbolism in it. If you haven't noticed it just yet, do be a little bit more attentive. Sometimes they're subtle signs and we don't notice them, right? Like it could be as subtle as like you keep noticing the same time, on your clock or like in your car all the time. And so you can look up that angel number. Maybe that's a symbol. Other times they're a little bit bolder, right? So, and what could it be? Like, I was walking in I was at like a big outdoor craft fair over the weekend with one of my good friends. And we just have been talking about, ancestors who've crossed over, and how much, like, you don't know how much time you're going to have, and so cherish the moments that you have and things like that. And talking, it had me thinking about people who we've lost, that we cared for, right? I'm sure we all know how hard that is. And just as that happened, we look over and we see like a chair, like a handmade chair with a name on it, and it was like in green and stuff, and it was my friend's mom's name, and we were like, what? She's here. She, like, that's a big sign, by the way. we knew that was like a huge sign. We're, oh my goodness. So sometimes they're like big signs, like we're like, oh, look. But other times they can be subtle. Also consider if you taking some time too. Sometimes they want to give us signs and messages, but we're like always rushing around the go, right? So look for the symbols, because they're going to come through to us, right? Okay, so message from the mermaid guides is, now have you been thinking about or seeing mermaids? Let me know if you have, right? Drop me a comment. Water I've got water in my chart, right? Because I got Pisces in my chart, but I'm not a huge water element person. I am a forest being person. I love the woods and the forest. But so if you have seen like the mermaid and other elementals, do share with me. I'm very curious about it. I have not. But this is about a treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So mote it be. I hope so for me and for all of you. That is wonderful news. Blessings are coming our way, unexpected, right? Wonderful, wonderful, good news. Yeah, a great way to start off. It's a great way to start off our reading. I love it. Now we're going to pull some tarot. And this is from our Cozy Witch Tarot. Do you have this deck? This is, I do love the art on these. This is the writer, the poet Amanda Lovelace. So she's got some other decks out too, but this is a good one. And so let's see what we got. Okay. So here's what we got. Pretty good stuff. Okay, so first, we're starting off with it. So we got a bunch of major arcana too, by the way. The moon, the star, the world all came out. So first one, we have the moon. Taking time for deep self-reflection is essential. If you haven't listened to my Sunday weekly reading, I will link it at the end of this. But we talked about that, about being gentle with ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and spending time thinking about the mysteries. The mysteries that will help you unfold things that haven't been revealed yet, right? So if you have been curious about some things or someone, spending time, yes, in the moonlight or outdoors, connecting though with your higher power will help you reveal new information, right? And so some of you, I know, I hear some of you have really had like a lot of downloads. You're having a lot of information coming your way, a lot of intuitive hits. I think that's wonderful. They're letting us know there's more to come. There's more to come, more mysteries to be revealed. Maybe it's even like less about you personally, and you're curious about like stuff in the news or like, global things. The answers will be revealed. Okay. Now, on the flip side of the moon, we got the star, right? Have faith that healing is in the forecast. So I know that some of us have really struggled. They know that that you've struggled too, your guides, right? They really do. They know that it hasn't been super easy for you. Some people I know are dealing with trauma, some people emotional healing, some people physical body healing, and you're just like, I'm ready to get past this, you're like, I'm just ready to move forward. What your guides want to let you know, they acknowledge that. They see where, how far you've come. They hear your requests. They know that you are feeling frustrated, uncertain, but knowing that that it's coming your way, right? That there is, and I think you're feeling it, right? Some people are feeling like, like energetic vibes, like tingling sensations, and you're feeling like, what? I'm feeling like things might be okay. And if you haven't, I hope that comes your way, because your guides are showing that great things are coming forward, which leads us to the next card, which is the World, right? So the World in tarot, if you're not sure, is the best card in the deck, they say, because it means that everything that you've been hoping for is coming to fruition, and you really, you're enjoying the moment. As you can see, this gal here dancing, you're singing your song, right? And success and celebration looks like something different for everybody, but some of us are on a transformative journey, and we really have like shed who we were, and like we've manifested into this wonderful being that we are now. And I think that is especially true for some of us who felt like what I'm hearing is like you had a song inside you that you wanted to sing, but you always had to stay quiet, or you couldn't just, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't let it out, the real you. And you feel like the real me is out, and I'm feeling pretty dang good about her. And so this is so far like wonderful, really positive in the midweek energy is what we're seeing here. Now, next card we're seeing here is the Two of Pentacles, meaning what? We've got to make choices. We've got to stay balanced. We've got to stay grounded, right? Especially if we are worried about finances, or any of our physical body healing, right? And this is a good time to remember to take time to be outside if we can for a few minutes. Kick off your shoes, touch the grass, look at some birds, and just take a couple moments and another and tune into that. It will really help you make decisions, make choices, see what is available, what's in front of you when you're coming from that place of calm. And so balance, especially because things will become chaotic, or they've already been chaotic. And that is a good way for you to really find more peace. And so if you find a spirit animal, I'm pretty sure that's a seal over here. We had the mermaids. I don't think that's a dolphin. I think that's a seal. I can't see it too well. Even with my glasses on, I probably can't see it. No. It's some kind of water elemental, but again, same thing, right? We're tapping in to other energies, other guides, right? To help us and to help us live our best life, right? I hope. Next one is the Five of Wands, and I think we're going to pull 2 additional cards after this is what I hear. But Five of Wands, what does that mean, right? And so message on this one is a good coven lets every witch have a say. But so for some people, you've got this Five of Wands energy. A lot of time manifests is there's a lot of opinions. And a lot of people want to give their 2 cents. They want to give their feedback. And sometimes that causes conflict. Sometimes it becomes chaotic. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming. And so yes, you want to be heard, right? That was that message we got in the beginning. There is room for everyone at the table. People want to be heard. People want to participate. People want to, give their opinion. See if you can make space for that. Can you make space for that? Maybe you haven't. Maybe you have, been burned in the past by folk. And so that's really difficult for you now, right? Or maybe you're just like, you know what? I know I do it better, right? Maybe you're like, you know what? No one can do it like I can do it. Or you feel frustrated with explaining things or coaching or tutoring or any of these things. All of these things are possible, but your guide's letting you know, really think about how you can include others, how you can make space for other folk, right? By helping and lifting others, we really do come to help and know ourselves as well. That's why, right? So let's see what our final couple messages are for the week. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so really, really good stuff here. We have the 10 of Cups, and really that 10 of Cups energy is all about feeling like things are falling into place. I've got to where I wanted to get to, especially for those who've really been hopeful for like a strong relationships with family, with friends, with loved ones, and feeling like things are really coming forward for me. I feel that. And even if that hasn't manifested now, there's a feeling that it will manifest, that's there. That's like right in the background, right? And again, I think that is through this World card where you see that, the old me, I've shed some of those layers and I'm like vibrating in a higher energy. I'm letting people see me, the real me. And part of that is like, the fear, right? Perhaps of like, well, if people really see this me, the me, are they good with just me? And this 10 of Cups energy is telling you, yeah, I feel I'm with my people. I feel successful. I feel completed from that. And then our final message is the King of Wands. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. Okay, and remember I said this is about being inclusive, including other people. Think about how you can include people. Now, when I say that, it's got to be genuine. It doesn't work if there's a hidden agenda. It's got to be, because people can sniff that out, right? People can sniff out the phony and the fakery. We're all past that now, right? Those of us who are spiritually evolved, if you're in the collective, you're listening to this, right? You know, you're like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like from the heart, right? Those people who can include you in things, whether it be in projects or just in your time or whatever it is. But think about how you can let other people in, especially if you have light, right, and you have some space. Think about how you can have those people come together. I know I think about that all the time, how I can, share or include. And I feel like actually that's part of my life's purpose, and I make it a mission to do so. And for me, it really comes from the heart. It's genuine. I hope that you think about that too. I know some of you feel like, I don't know, I don't have anything to share. I'm not good at stuff. No, not true. All of you are great at things, right? So think about how you can lend your light to other folk who need that light. Of course, I'm not saying to be prone to energy vampirism, right? That's a whole nother thing. But, to those folks who really can be resonating with you. So I shall leave you with that. All good things coming this week. If you felt like you had your treasure chest moment, remember that was our opening message, a windfall of something coming our way, something unexpected. Drop me a comment. Let me know what that is. I really hope that we all manifest that. I think that this is awesome. And I hope you are all well, and we'll catch up later. Bye all.
Don't know